Chosen one, what I'm about to reveal will challenge everything they believed and everything they tried to hide. You were the force they never saw coming, the truth they refused to face. While they bowed to false gods built on lies and manipulation, you stood silent, unwavering, and strong. Now, the moment has arrived where you unmask their illusions, exposing their emptiness and weakness. You have made their so-called gods look like fools before your unshakable presence. This isn't just about power. It's about a profound spiritual awakening that shifts the very reality around you. The forces that once seemed untouchable are crumbling because you embody a truth rooted in divine justice, infinite strength, and an unbreakable spirit. If you've felt this stirring within, if you've sensed a transformation underway, know this: you are stepping into your full power as the true God among them. To fully align with this powerful shift, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 20,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11. This simple act will send a strong signal to the universe, amplifying the energy that's already moving in your life. They learned too late, because you are the chosen one, and your light cannot be dimmed. From the shadows of doubt and disbelief, a force quietly emerged, unseen, unannounced, yet undeniably powerful. You are the chosen one, not because the world recognized you, but because your truth was undeniable. In a world eager to bow before crafted idols made of fear and deception, you stood apart, silent, fierce, unwavering. Your rise was not marked by loud proclamations or grandiose displays. Instead, it was an unstoppable awakening, the subtle but profound revelation of a God walking among mortals. You are the living proof that true divinity doesn't seek applause. It commands respect through sheer presence. History is littered with figures who demanded attention, who flaunted their power to mask their fragility. But you embody strength without pretense. Like a quiet storm brewing beneath a calm sky, your rise was inevitable. Think of the oak tree that grows slowly but firmly, outlasting the storms that uproot weaker saplings. In every moment, your steady growth in power and purpose made you the living embodiment of a God's promise, unshakable, eternal, and profound. This is not just destiny fulfilled, it's a cosmic truth revealed. Your ascent isn't merely about power, it is about purpose. While false gods prey on manipulation, lies, and the fleeting worship of crowds, you channel supreme love and divine justice. You are the beacon for those lost in darkness, the light that refuses to be extinguished. People may have doubted you, mocked you, or ignored your presence, but like a hidden flame ready to roar, your time to shine was destined to come. Now, standing tall, your presence shakes the very foundations of falsehoods they held sacred. For centuries, mankind has been deceived by idols built on fragile lies, gods of convenience, fear, and control. These so-called divine beings were nothing but shadows cast by human greed and manipulation. You, however, have pierced through this veil of illusion, revealing their emptiness for all to see. Their thrones, once towering in perceived grandeur, crumble under the weight of your undeniable truth. The world finally sees what you always knew. Their gods were mere puppets, strings pulled by deceit, vulnerable to the light of honesty and courage. Think about the countless times history has been rewritten by those in power to maintain control over the masses. These false gods thrived on that deception, fabricating miracles, sowing division, and demanding unquestioning obedience. But you are the force that refuses to be fooled, the voice that calls out hypocrisy wherever it hides. Your revelations are like a cleansing fire that burns away the pretense, freeing those who once bowed in fear to these hollow idols. The power of truth you wield dismantles their facade, exposing a kingdom built on nothing but sand. The world yearned for a true leader, one who doesn't just promise salvation, but lives it with every breath. You shattered the illusion by standing as a living testament to divine justice and love. The false gods trembled as your presence shone brighter, their tricks and lies revealed as nothing more than desperate attempts to cling to fading power. Your role as the Unmasker is both a warning and a liberation, a warning to the deceivers that their time is over, and a liberation for those who seek genuine light beyond the darkness. True power is not loud or boastful. It is tempered by mercy and compassion. Your strength is a paradox, a flame that burns fiercely, yet warms those who seek refuge. You embody a divine force that balances unyielding justice with boundless love. This duality sets you apart from false gods who wield power to intimidate or dominate. Instead, your authority is rooted in the deep understanding that mercy is not weakness, but the greatest strength of all. It is this fierce mercy that has drawn followers to you, inspiring loyalty and faith beyond fear. Consider the story of a warrior who spares an enemy not out of weakness, but because the warrior sees the potential for redemption. Your power works the same way, commanding respect, yet extending grace. This balance transforms fear into hope and tyranny into trust. Your mercy is a shield that protects the vulnerable and a sword that cuts through injustice. It is the essence of a God who reigns not through oppression, but through the undeniable force of love made manifest in every action. The world has seen rulers and gods who wield cruelty as a tool, but your legacy is written in compassion. Even in moments of confrontation, your heart remains steady, reflecting the infinite capacity of divine love. This powerful compassion has broken cycles of hatred, inspired change, and brought healing to places thought lost to despair. Your mercy is not passive. It is an active, roaring force that reshapes destinies and rewrites the rules of power. In a world tangled in webs of deceit and half-truths, your vision cuts through the darkness like a sharpened blade. You are the God who perceives every hidden motive, every unspoken fear, and every carefully constructed lie. While others chose to live comfortably within their illusions, you dared to confront reality in its raw, unfiltered form. It's this clarity that unsettles the false gods. They cannot stand the light you cast on their shadows. Your insight is not just sight, it's a divine revelation that shatters the veils separating truth from fiction. People cling to illusions because reality often feels unbearable, but your presence forces them to face what they've long avoided. Like the sun breaking through storm clouds, your truth illuminates, sometimes painfully, but always with the promise of freedom. This unwavering commitment to honesty brings hope to those suffocating under lies, offering them a chance to reclaim their lives from deceit's grip. You teach that truth, no matter how harsh, is the foundation upon which genuine strength is built. In the face of denial and resistance, your steadfast gaze remains unblinking. You embody the God who understands that only through facing hard truths can transformation occur. False gods crumble because they rely on people's blindness. You thrive because you open their eyes. Your vision is a beacon, guiding lost souls toward authenticity and liberation. The illusions may have lasted long, but your truth lasts longer, eternal, unwavering, and pure. Your power is defined not just by your strength, but by your unwavering resolve. Like a fortress forged from the hardest steel, your boundaries are impenetrable. In a world full of shifting loyalties and broken promises, you stand immovable, a divine force that no threat, no temptation, and no deception can shake. This unyielding strength is what separates you from those who bend under pressure or falter in the face of adversity. You are the God who holds fast, no matter the storm. Consider the mighty mountain, enduring countless seasons of wind and rain, yet standing firm. That is your spirit, a symbol of permanence in a world of chaos. People look to you because they crave stability and certainty, knowing that your foundation is built on absolute conviction and divine purpose. Your presence is a refuge for those overwhelmed by life's relentless upheavals. They find peace in your strength, courage in your steadfastness. Yet your boundaries do not isolate you. They protect, not imprison. You teach that setting firm limits is an act of self-respect and care, a vital component of true power. It is your refusal to be moved by false gods' manipulations that reveals your divine nature. They may try to erode your strength with lies and intimidation, but your boundaries stand as a testament to your unbreakable will, a God who remains constant no matter what. Your intuition is a gift beyond mortal comprehension, an inner knowing that slices through falsehoods like a light through darkness. While many are blinded by appearances or distracted by noise, you possess the divine ability to sense the truth beneath every word, gesture, and action. This sacred insight empowers you to navigate treacherous waters with confidence, exposing deceit before it can take root. It's this supernatural discernment that terrifies false gods. They cannot hide from your gaze. Think of intuition as a sixth sense, a sacred compass gifted by divinity itself. It guides your decisions, protects your soul, and strengthens your purpose. This deep inner wisdom has saved you and those who follow you from countless traps and betrayals. It's not mere guesswork, it is a profound connection to the eternal, an ability to hear the silent whispers of truth even when the world screams lies. Your divine intuition is more than a tool. It is a form of protection and empowerment. It cultivates trust among your followers, who sense your clarity and wisdom. They rely on your instincts as much as your strength, knowing that your vision is never clouded by deception. In a world drowning in false gods' lies, your intuition shines as a beacon, leading the way to justice and truth. There is a unique kind of power that requires no noise, no boasting, no threats, only presence. You wield that silent authority effortlessly, causing false gods to stumble and falter before your calm, unshakable poise. While they scream for attention and scramble for control, your quiet confidence commands respect without uttering a word. This understated dominance makes their bluster look weak, their grandeur hollow. You are the God whose very existence unmasks pretenders. The strength of silence is profound. It speaks volumes to those who truly understand power. Think of a still lake reflecting the sky, its calm surface far more compelling than turbulent waters. Your silent authority is like that lake, commanding reverence because it is grounded in deep self-awareness and unshakable conviction. False gods, loud and desperate, pale in comparison to your dignified stillness. Your silence is not passive, it is a deliberate force. It unsettles the deceivers who expect noise and chaos. They realize too late that you don't need to prove yourself with empty words or flashy displays. Your quiet reign reveals their foolishness and amplifies your true, godly nature. In your presence, they appear exposed, vulnerable, and unworthy of their followers' trust. True respect is never demanded. It is earned, naturally flowing from authenticity and integrity. You embody this truth perfectly. Without ever raising your voice or forcing compliance, you command respect through every action, every glance, every choice. This effortless dominion over hearts and minds is the hallmark of a genuine God, one who leads not through fear, but through quiet authority and unwavering principle. Consider the leader who inspires others simply by being who they are, rather than telling people what to do. Your influence is magnetic because it's genuine. People sense your power and gravitate toward it, not because they are afraid of punishment, but because they trust in your vision and justice. This respect is the highest form of allegiance, forged through your consistent demonstration of strength, mercy, and truth. In a world where many leaders resort to coercion or manipulation, your quiet dominion stands as a beacon of hope and integrity. You show that power and kindness are not opposites, but two sides of the same divine coin. Your respect is a gift you give and receive, a sacred bond that elevates those who follow you and leaves false gods scrambling to mimic but never truly achieve. Darkness comes in many forms: fear, hatred, despair, but your resolve remains unbreakable. You are the God who stands firm when the night is darkest, a beacon of hope that refuses to be extinguished. Your strength is tested not in times of peace, but in moments of crisis, when all seems lost. And yet, you stand tall, unwavering, a living testament to the power of divine will and courage. Your journey is like the hero's path, marked by trials that would crush ordinary beings. Yet every challenge only sharpens your resolve. Think of the countless stories where the darkest hour precedes the dawn. Your life is that dawn, rising with fierce determination to bring light where there was none. Your refusal to surrender inspires others to fight their own battles, knowing that true power lies in endurance and faith. This unbreakable resolve is more than stubbornness. It is a sacred duty. You carry the hopes of the oppressed, the dreams of the forgotten, and the strength of those who believe in justice. Against every form of darkness, your spirit shines brighter, a God who cannot be defeated because your will is forged in the fires of love and truth. In the eye of the storm, while chaos rages all around, your inner peace remains a fortress. This calm is not absence of struggle, but mastery over it, a godly shield that protects you from being swallowed by the madness of the world. While false gods fall victim to their own ambitions and fears, you cultivate serenity that empowers you to act with clarity and wisdom even in the most turbulent times. True peace comes from understanding yourself and your purpose deeply. It is a power source, replenishing your strength and grounding your spirit. Like a deep well in a desert, your inner peace offers refuge not only to you, but to those who follow you, inspiring hope and calm amidst uncertainty. This peace enables you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, turning chaos into opportunity. The world desperately needs leaders who embody this divine tranquility. Your peaceful strength is proof that power does not require turmoil. Sometimes, the most potent force is silent calm. False gods fear this peace because it reveals their own inner chaos. Your serenity becomes a living lesson. The greatest power lies in mastering yourself before mastering others. Your spirit is unyielding, a flame that refuses to be dimmed by the trials of life. Where others break, you bend but never snap. This resilience is not accidental. It is forged in the crucible of experience, pain, and faith. You are a god whose strength transcends mortal limitations, showing that true power comes from the ability to rise again, no matter how many times you fall. Consider the countless legends of heroes and gods who endure impossible odds. Your story is their echo, a testament to human and divine endurance intertwined. Each setback has been a stepping stone, each wound a lesson. This resilience inspires those around you to find their own strength, to face their fears, and to believe that no darkness is permanent. Your unyielding spirit is a beacon for all who struggle. It is the living proof that mortality is not a limit, but a challenge to be overcome. In every trial, you rise not just for yourself, but for those who look to you for hope. This spirit embodies the divine promise that strength, faith, and love can overcome even the greatest obstacles. Truth is a fierce fire that consumes lies and exposes falsehoods, and you wield this fire with divine precision. Your commitment to honesty scorches the deceitful facades that false gods desperately try to uphold. Unlike smoke that blinds, your truth clears the air, leaving nothing but clarity and purity. This blazing light transforms confusion into understanding and fear into empowerment. History is filled with examples of truth setting people free, from revolutions to personal awakenings. Your role in this sacred tradition is undeniable. You are the fire starter who ignites courage in hearts shackled by lies, offering a path to liberation. Your flame doesn't just reveal truth, it purifies souls, cleanses corruption, and kindles the eternal spark of justice. The fire of truth can be intimidating, but it is necessary. It demands courage from those who witness it and inspires transformation. False gods retreat because their foundations cannot survive this cleansing flame. You stand firm in the heat, embodying the divine power of truth as both sword and shield, a force unstoppable, undeniable, and eternal. Power without compassion is tyranny. Mercy without strength is vulnerability. You are the rare god who seamlessly unites these forces, ruling with a heart as fierce as your strength. This combination creates a reign that is just and kind, feared by none but respected by all. Your compassion does not soften your resolve, it strengthens it, giving depth and meaning to your power. In every act of mercy, you demonstrate that true strength is measured by the capacity to forgive and uplift. Your leadership is a living example that power wielded with empathy transforms enemies into allies and despair into hope. Compassion humanizes your divine authority, making it accessible and inspiring to those who follow you. The world aches for leaders who can balance justice with kindness, and you fill that void. Your reign is a promise that mercy is not weakness, but a mighty force that fuels lasting change. By embracing both mercy and power, you carve a path of divine leadership that false gods can never replicate. False gods rely on spectacle fear, and noise, but your quiet strength is their undoing. It is a deep, steady power that grows not from external validation, but from inner conviction. They tremble because your strength exposes their fragility. It is a strength that doesn't need to scream to be heard, a presence that doesn't need to demand to be felt. This quiet strength is the calm within the chaos, the steady heartbeat in a world of panic. It commands attention simply by being authentic and unwavering. False gods, with all their pomp and bluster, cannot withstand the weight of such grounded power. Your silence speaks louder than their cries. Your calm steadies what they try to unsettle. The trembling is not just fear of your power, but fear of exposure. Your quiet strength threatens to reveal their true nature, weak, desperate, and hollow. In this fear, they lose control, and your divine authority rises. It is a subtle but devastating victory, one that marks you as the true God among pretenders. By the time they understood who you truly are, it was already too late. The false gods who once mocked and belittled you found themselves powerless against your divine reality. They never fathomed the depth of your strength, the breadth of your mercy, or the unbreakable core of your spirit. Your presence was the awakening they feared, a force they could neither predict nor control. Their downfall was rooted in underestimating the quiet, steadfast God who walked among them unnoticed. Like a sleeper who awakens into the fullness of their power, you shattered their illusions and redefined what it means to be divine. This realization came too late for them, but just in time for the world to witness the rise of true godliness. Your story is a testament to the power of authenticity, resilience, and love. They may have bowed to false idols, but you are the living God who transcends all falsehoods. Your light burns brighter than their shadows ever could, and your legacy will endure long after their crumbled thrones fade into history. In a world obsessed with spectacle, your power flows quietly but with unstoppable force. Like a storm gathering beneath still skies, your strength is both invisible and overwhelming. Unlike those who shout for attention, you command respect through presence alone. Your silent power dismantles illusions quietly, yet its impact shakes foundations and redefines reality itself. Power that whispers instead of shouts has a strange kind of majesty. It doesn't seek approval or applause, but simply is. People sense its gravity, drawn not by noise, but by a magnetic certainty. Your quiet confidence unsettles the loud and shallow because it reveals what true strength looks like. Calm, rooted, and deeply sure. This silent storm carries within it a paradox. It is gentle enough to heal, but fierce enough to destroy falsehoods. Your power is not destructive for the sake of chaos. It is a cleansing force that wipes away deception and fear, making space for truth and renewal. Your silence speaks volumes, rewriting the rules of power in a language only the wise understand. You have mastered the art of wielding power without domination. Instead of forcing submission, you invite transformation. The silent storm you are causes others to question their assumptions and reevaluate their loyalties. They find themselves caught in a wave of awakening, unable to resist the call of your quiet, undeniable authority. The world needs more silent storms, forces of nature that change the course of history without spectacle or fanfare. You embody this sacred energy, a divine balance of strength and serenity. And as your influence grows, so too does the promise of a new era where power is defined not by noise, but by depth and authenticity. True leadership is often invisible. It doesn't grasp or clutch, but gently guides like an unseen hand, steering a mighty ship through turbulent seas. You are this guiding force, steady, sure, and unseen by those too caught up in chaos to notice. Your influence shapes destinies, not by coercion, but through subtlety and profound wisdom. Leadership that controls is brittle and temporary. Leadership that guides with trust is enduring. You understand that the greatest leaders don't force their will, but inspire others to find their own strength. Your unseen hand offers direction without demand, encouraging freedom within boundaries and growth through encouragement rather than fear. This kind of influence is transformational. It empowers people to own their journeys, to rise with purpose and conviction. By stepping back and allowing space for others to grow, you create a powerful ripple effect that spreads far beyond what you can see. Your faith in others becomes a sacred trust, and in return, they become loyal beyond measure. The unseen hand is also a shield, protecting what is precious while allowing natural flow. It balances intervention with patience, knowing when to act and when to wait. This balance is a divine dance, one that false gods fail to master because they crave control rather than harmony. You embody the sacred paradox of leadership, guiding without controlling, empowering without dominating. This is your divine gift, the unseen hand that quietly changes the course of history while false gods remain trapped in their desperate need for power. Within you burns an unquenchable fire, a heart full of passion, purpose, and relentless drive. This fire is not reckless. It is refined by struggle and fueled by a deep love for justice and truth. Unlike fleeting flames that consume and burn out, your heart's fire endures through storms, lighting your path and warming the hearts of those who follow. Passion is the engine of transformation. It propels you beyond comfort zones and ordinary limits, urging you to break barriers and forge new realities. Your fire has ignited revolutions, both within yourself and in the world around you, transforming despair into hope and inertia into movement. This fire burns for more than just yourself. It is a flame that warms the coldest places, a light that guides the lost through darkness. When others falter or fade, your passion blazes stronger, a beacon that inspires courage and ignites courage in others. It is a sacred spark from the divine, a gift meant to be shared and multiplied. But passion alone is not enough. It must be balanced with wisdom. Your heart of fire knows when to burn fiercely and when to smolder quietly, nurturing growth without destruction. This balance between intensity and patience makes your passion a force that creates, not destroys. In every challenge, your fiery heart proves that true power is fueled by love and purpose. It is this enduring passion that sets you apart as a divine force, a God whose light never dims, whose spirit never tires, and whose fire never dies. Not all warriors brandish weapons or roar in battle. Some fight silent wars within the soul and the spirit, wielding courage, resilience, and wisdom as their weapons. You are this unseen warrior, a defender of truth, a guardian of justice, and a beacon of hope who battles darkness not with brute force, but with a steadfast heart. Your battles are fought on many fronts, against fear, doubt, deception, and despair. Though unseen by many, these wars are no less real or significant. Each victory is a triumph of spirit over chaos, of light over shadow, and of truth over lies. Your unwavering courage inspires others to pick up their own invisible swords and join the fight. The unseen warrior does not seek glory or recognition. Your victories are quiet but profound, rippling through lives and communities in ways that defy measurement. By standing firm in your truth, you create a shield for those vulnerable to the onslaught of falsehoods and manipulation. This silent warfare demands a unique kind of strength, a balance of heart and mind, compassion and discipline. Your resilience in the face of unseen battles is a testament to the divine power within you. You fight not to conquer, but to protect, not to destroy, but to restore. The world needs more unseen warriors, souls brave enough to face internal darkness and emerge victorious. You are a living example of this sacred fight, proving that true strength lies in perseverance, faith, and the courage to stand firm, even when no one else sees the battle. In a world filled with noise, haste, and distraction, your greatest strength lies in stillness. This stillness is not emptiness, but a wellspring of power, a sacred space where clarity, wisdom, and divine guidance emerge. You have mastered the art of pausing, breathing, and listening, turning silence into an unbreakable fortress. Stillness allows you to see beyond chaos, to sense the currents beneath surface turmoil. It grants you a profound connection to your inner self and to the divine source of your power. In this quiet, you find answers others desperately seek, but rarely hear. It is a sanctuary where your spirit is renewed and your purpose reaffirmed. The power of stillness is a profound contrast to the frantic energy of false gods who rely on noise and spectacle to mask insecurity. Your calm presence unsettles them because it reveals their emptiness. You embody peace in motion, a living paradox that confounds those who cannot grasp the strength that comes from silence. This stillness is also a powerful tool for healing. It offers a refuge to those overwhelmed by life's storms, a reminder that peace is possible even amidst chaos. Your example teaches that true power does not roar. It whispers. It does not rush. It waits patiently for the right moment to act. Embracing stillness has made you a god not just of action, but of thoughtful, purposeful movement. Your silence carries the weight of mountains and the depth of oceans, a sacred strength that endures beyond time and circumstance. At the core of your divinity is an unbreakable bond, an infinite love that connects you to all souls. This sacred connection transcends time, space, and circumstance. It is the invisible thread that weaves hearts together, a divine force that heals wounds, bridges divides, and creates unity where there was once separation. Your love is not passive or sentimental. It is active, fierce, and transformative. It reaches into the darkest corners of human experience and pulls out the light. This bond creates a community of the heart, a sacred family bound not by blood, but by shared spirit and purpose. Through this connection, you embody the ultimate power of empathy. You understand that every person's pain, joy, and struggle are part of a larger tapestry. Your divine love invites others to shed fear and isolation, to embrace their true selves and one another. It builds bridges where false gods have erected walls. This unbreakable bond is also a source of strength for you. It reminds you that you are never alone, no matter how difficult the journey. It fuels your resilience, nourishes your spirit, and ignites hope in those who follow you. It is the living proof that love is the greatest power in the universe. By nurturing this divine connection, you reveal the true nature of godliness. Not domination, but union. Not separation, but oneness. You are a God who reigns not over people, but with them, connected by love that never breaks.